Tawana B. Smith here. Okay, give me a second. I'm like on multi-streaming right now. This is my first time doing it, so I want to get my eyes acclimated to this. Okay, I think I'm good. How are you? Tawana B. Smith here from Mom's Guide to Travel and TawanaBSmith.com. I have been absent in a couple of the places where I might currently be streaming, regularly absent just because of life, right? And I'm going to talk a little bit about that with you right now because I think that it's something that's really important for you as an entrepreneur. If you might be a caregiver, maybe you're an overwhelmed entrepreneur, you've got so many different things going on with yourself and you're trying to figure out like, how do you manage business? Hey, Priscilla. Oh, and it works. Okay. I'm trying not to geek out right now because this is new for me to be in like multiple places and then have comments in one place. Okay. My techie nerdy person is really trying to like pop out of her skin right now. But anyway, it might be overwhelming for you if you are a caregiver or you're just overwhelmed in your life and then you've got your business that you're trying to manage. So I kind of want to talk to you a bit about that. And I titled this, this broadcast like Tales from, a Caregiver and Entrepreneur, because that's basically my situation. I told you guys I'm the owner of Mom's Guide to Travel, as well as MGT Travel Media and TawanaBSmith.com, which are three of my properties. And I do something different in each one of them. With Mom's Guide to Travel, I do a lot of campaigns around really kind of like travel stuff when I'm in the mood for that particular stuff, but a lot more travel planning. So I wrapped up this really fun, but very involved trip that I just had to do for a woman's 50th birthday. And it was all good. It was awesome. And it was to Tobago. And, it was a pretty big project of mine. So that kind of took a lot of my energy. So that's some of the stuff that I do with Mom's Guide to Travel, as well as retreats for women. You're excited about my tech? Yeah, I'm going to need to do a tech broadcast later because that will just take up like the whole conversation. And under MGT Media, I really work on campaigns, so like social media marketing campaigns with different brands that I might have relationships with, or with different networks that I have relationships with. And that's something that I've been doing over the years. And that's probably where I talk about most of my tech stuff is under mgttravelmedia.com. And it's fun and I love it. And that's that techie, nerdy part of me that loves it. And then under TawanaBSmith.com, I know I got a lot going on. That is really where I coach women, particularly overwhelmed, high achieving women, mothers who are also entrepreneurs. And really my messaging is really for caregivers because that's what I am. I am a caregiver. I have been a caregiver for 8 years now, I would say. First with my youngest son when he first was diagnosed with autism, and then with leukemia, and then now my husband being diagnosed with gastric cancer. So what I will say about that is that I have learned, you listen, you're talking to a pro here. I have learned really how to manage the art of the pivot, pivoting in your life and learning how to manage your life and manage your business at the same time. So knowing how can I still grow my business? How can I still be able to do projects like, the one that I just wrapped up and continue pitching and continue getting work and continue getting business? Thank you so much, Priscilla. Priscilla is one of my clients she says I'm an awesome coach, and I love that. How do I continue to still do that stuff while, maintaining sanity, maintaining my family, staying married, because that's big, that's work, right? All of those things. So you're managing the really heavy part of caregiving as well as the really heavy part of being an entrepreneur. And this is, I'm usually not up this late, to be honest with you. And that's part of my self-care routine, which is, I believe, a very, very big part of how you manage that. That is a big messaging for me, for people, is your self-care is super, super important in order for you to be able to do all the things. And today's video, today's broadcast is really about this idea of energy, right? So your energy, especially if you're not a caregiver, but say you're like an overwhelmed mom, say you're an overwhelmed entrepreneur and just something else, and you're a high achiever and you want to get things done. Hello, Shawanda. You want to get things done in your business, in your life. You want to grow all of these things, but you're like, oh my gosh, it's just too much. One of the things that is really, really important is that you make sure that you are around other high energy, high achieving, productive people. It's very difficult for you to get that level of productivity and high achievement if you're not, rocking and rolling in that space of other high achievers. If you don't have the accountability, whether the accountability is with an accountability partner or an accountability coach to really check in on you. Because the thing about it is that everyone isn't, I'm not going to say I'm crazy, but I am a little crazy with the things that I take on, even though I've got, life going on, because I'm just not the type of person who is going to quit. Like, I'm just not going to quit. I'm not going to give up. If I see a situation, if I see a problem, the approach is always, we can fix this. We can get around this. There is a strategy to make this thing work. And if you don't go into your life, if you don't go into situations with the proper mindset, like that mindset of, I can achieve all things, I can overcome all things, you're never going to overcome it. You're not going to achieve it. That's just the bottom line. And that's free. Okay. But there really is, even if you don't have that naturally, you can build up that ability to be able to have that type of mindset, but you have to be willing to do it. And you have to go, beyond yourself and seek out the people that have that high energy, that have the high productivity, that are high achievers. You're not going to be able to do it if you're in the space of small-minded people, if you're in the space of people who aren't trying to push the envelope with themselves, with their business, with their families. That's just the realness. Sometimes it might be, some of the people that are closest to you, right? It might be a spouse. It might be a sibling. It might be a parent. And you're not going to cut them off, but you really need to know, how do you maintain your relationship, but still take a stand for yourself, right? And do the things that you need to do for yourself guilt-free. That's super important. It's not hard to do. You've got to be the one to make the decision for yourself. And I know, especially as a caregiver, there are days when I have to be home, and just get a little personal with you guys. I have to be here with my husband when he's like really sick, and obviously, and he's, in the bed, and I'm, taking care of him, making sure that he's comfortable, and I will be here for him. And the problem sometimes, the challenge for caregivers sometimes, is that it's really difficult to be productive in that situation because the energy is like, low energy, right? It's low energy. That's exactly right. You have to be around people that your energy will grow from. That's what Priscilla says over on Facebook. But, sometimes the energy in your house might be really, really heavy, right? If you're a caregiver, if you've ever been a caregiver for an elderly person or for a spouse or for a partner, not for a child, I think it's a little different. But an adult, the energy sometimes in the space where you are, it's heavy, it's really heavy. Think about if you're not caregiving in a nursing home, but when you go into a hospital, you go into a nursing home, the energy is very difficult. It's very different. You wouldn't be trying to run a business from the nursing home, walking into the nursing home, visiting somebody, or, walking into the hospital. It's kind of tough to do. And so when I say that, even though that might be your situation day in and day out where you're caregiving for someone, you still have to figure out, well, how do I separate myself from the energy, right? That really heavy energy, in order for me to still be productive, in order for me to still go after the things that I want to do. So I'm very cognizant of, okay, like like being in the moment, right? Mindfulness and saying, okay, in this moment right now, how are things? How am I feeling? How's my family feeling? Everyone good? Okay, time for me to bounce. Like I'm out of my house. I'm going and I'm around other high energy people, or I'm going into places and situations where it's high energy. And I know that in my house, I probably need to burn some sage to like get rid of some of the energy, and that's real. But you have to make sure, especially if you're a caregiver, especially if you're overwhelmed, that you are around other people that can help. They're like water, helping you to float, helping to be a little bit of a buoy for you so that you can stay up, so that you can stay productive, so that your mind can be clear and you can be creative. If you're staying in the same situation around the same energy, whether it's for a loved one or whether it's a friend that's just kind of like, sometimes there's some friends that are like really low energy, you have to take a break from that. Because what's going on there, all of this is really self-care that I'm talking about. That's the underlying foundation of all of this. When you're around that type of unproductive or really heavy energy, it does mess with you a little bit mentally, right? So that's why it's really important for you to make sure that you are getting to around other people or situations that are highly creative, highly productive, high energy, highly motivated, so that can then bounce off of you. Everything around us is all about energy. So what does that look like? It can be you going to maybe a co-working space, right? I know that that's something that, you might have to pay for, but you can also maybe go to a coffee shop. Coffee shops are free. Maybe they just are the price of a cup of coffee. I know that there are coffee shops that you can go in and sit down and they won't even charge you anything. If it's a place, I go to coffee shops a lot. I love going to coffee shops just because of the aura that's in coffee shops. The energy that's in coffee shops it's a creative energy for me, right? Like on one of my Facebook groups, I shared that today. I shared a picture with them of me actually in a coffee shop today and just like busting out work, like getting things done, because that's what I need. So I'll try and do that 1 to 2 times a week. And I know a lot of times entrepreneurs, when we are entrepreneurs and we work from home, we get into, it might not be you directly, maybe not me directly, but some of us really kind of have some mental health challenges, or we get depression, or we have anxiety. And that is because we are not created to just be by ourselves all the time. We are created to be amongst other people, right? Because it's all energy, and bounce off of other people's energy and just commune with one another. That's really important for you to understand and really important for you to get that. I don't care that you're an introvert. I'll tell you right now, I don't talk to everybody, but I still like to be around people. So you can, try it. Pick yourself up tomorrow, Monday, whatever. If you work from home, and you make sure that you go outside of your house to do some work. Take your laptop with you. If you don't own a laptop, sometimes just pen and paper, and you work on whatever it is that you need to work on. But you're not going to be that highly productive, highly creative person, and just efficient, effective person if you are not surrounding yourself with other like-minded people. High accountability is important. People that you're checking in with, or, a mentor or coach that you're checking in with, who's challenging you to hit certain goals. If you're not a goal-oriented person, you're not going to be able to advance in your business and your life to make it look the way you want to look. But you need that accountability, and you need to be around that energy in order for it to happen. Priscilla says we must protect our energy. Super important. You don't want to go take yourself into just a place that's, I feel energy all the time. So I can walk into a place and know that that place is not for me, or that place is not conducive to me being productive, or me being efficient with my time. And as a caregiver entrepreneur, my time is so limited and so valuable to me that I have to be super efficient with how I use that time. And that might be your story too. If you are a caregiver, if you're overwhelmed and you're managing a business, right? It's hard enough being an entrepreneur on its own, but then to have these other like circumstances that are, that are around, you've got to figure out how do you maneuver around them and still be able to do the things that you want to do. Go after your dreams, go after your goals, and just rise up to the level that you want to rise up. So I wanted to come in and share that with you. I will make sure that I continue to share with you guys some more tips in regards to, just how do you do it? Like, how do I do it? How do you manage a business and you've got all of these other things? Or how do you grow your business or start your own business when you've got all of these other things happening in your life? And if you're somebody who's like, you know what, that is me. I need to have a conversation. I'm not around high energy people. I'm not around high achievers. I'm not, productive. I want to take things to the next level. And you want to have a conversation. Well, I can't say in my bio because this is streaming across a number of places. I'm going to give you a link, and that link is bit.ly/caring, CARING, entrepreneur. And that's going to lead you to an opportunity for you to schedule a free session with me so that we can talk a little bit more about that and, what you might need in your life and some strategies that you need in your life. And I'm happy to have that free conversation with you for 20, 30 minutes to see if coaching is a viable option for you. Right now for me, the way for me to get things done, I'll be honest with you, is to simplify, right? So even this video that I'm doing right now and, streaming it across multiple places at one time might not sound like it's simplification, but it is simplification for me, just because I love talking to my friends on different platforms. So, there's a lot of systems and processes that I use in my life personally to allow me to still be able to achieve things, right? I'm so excited because right now I'm working on I'm putting on a conference with my church. And this is the first time that I'm actually talking about it publicly, but it is a conference for caregivers. And it's going to be in December. And I'm so excited. I'm kind of scared too, I'll be honest with you, because I am basically a ministry leader now for caregivers and creating this new beautiful thing for other people who are like me, who may feel isolated and who may feel like they don't have an opportunity to be cared for. So it's going to be fabulous. It is just, I'm so excited for it. So keep me in your prayers. I'll be talking to you more about it and more about the process, and just how I'm doing it, how I'm making it happen. And that shows you my crazy side, that with all the things going on, even going through chemotherapy now with my husband, my heart is still there to just really kind of help other people who are kind of in similar situations like mine, but don't necessarily have the outlet or the people around them to support them, don't know how to really take care of themselves, don't know how to really continue to go after the things that they want in their dreams, because life is so heavy for them right now. So I'm excited to minister, to just kind of provide that for the people that I will see in December. So it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful thing. All right, everyone. Again, the link, if you want to have a conversation with me, is bit.ly/caring entrepreneur. I can't wait to see you guys next time here, wherever you're watching me. This is super exciting. And we will have a conversation about tech at some point, but I got to figure out how we're going to do that one, because that could be a long conversation. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. Whether you're watching this live, you're watching on the replay, I appreciate you, and I will see you soon. Have a good one. Bye.